It is that time of year for me. I don't know about you guys. Let me know if this is for you. But every fall, I make a lavender soap. Plain old, simple lavender. I can have, you know, other lavenders that are like with maybe chamomile, or I have a apricot and lavender. I can't even remember right now. I have other lavenders that I make, but this is lavender. I use a fragrance oil for this one. It's from Candlescience. I do like that lavender. I hope you stay tuned to watch the making of 2025's Plain Old Lavender. It's an oldie but a goodie. Hang tight for that, and then I'll see you in a minute. Or 10 or 20. I don't know. I'm Gabby, so who knows how long it's going to be before I see you again. Lavender is just such a great all-around scent to have on your shelf. I usually just make it about once a year. And it's not like it just sells really, really well. I like to have it for Christmas, because when somebody is buying a gift for somebody, lavender is just that scent that everybody's like, oh, okay, I'll just do lavender. It feels safe. So I like to have that option for people. And I also make this pretty much the same every time. So I'm not sure if I want to try to switch it up a little bit today and still make an easy soap, because that is the theme of my life right now, is easy designs. I'm just going to do a little bit of color. I have a little bit of this ripe berry, I should say, ripe berry. Not a lot in there. And then same thing with this plum purple. There's not going to be a lot in there either. I'm changing my mind real quick, but I don't have any jugs to do a lot of changing. Let's see. I still want to do a layer. I want to do it. I'm going to do it. All right. I'm going to do some of this plum purple in a bigger pot. And I don't have a whole lot in here. That may be enough. Let me just add a little bit of oils to that. Let me figure out what I'm doing here. My recipe is 105 plus 30. Let me get my calculator out and let me see how much this weighs. All right, so about a third of my whole batch weight is going to be 50 to 52 ounces. I can't remember if I put sodium lactate in here. I don't think I did, actually. Actually, I'm almost positive I did not. Okay. Ugh. Oh. All right, so I think I pulled too much fragrance oil. I pulled this for my bigger batch and not this smaller batch, so I need to fix that. Okay, so I'm going to put about 50 ounces, and I don't think this even holds 50 ounces, so I'm just going to go kind of as much as I can. And so, yes, that's what I can do. All right. Oh, tear it. Oh. Nope. It's not going to hold 50. I'm going to get 31. Not going to be quite a third. And I'm going to put 3 ounces back in here because that is too much. I think that's about where I want it. So I'm just going to do a splattering of that. A little bit of ricing, but I think this stirs out pretty easily, and I am going to get my stick blender in there. And this is the second soap in a row I've had that riced. I've used this fragrance oil from Candlescience candlescience for years. Maybe it did rice on me last time. Okay. Not quite a third, but that's all right. You know what would be kind of neat is if I did a really dark purple swirl through that. I mean, it's worth a try, right? Just another 20 ounces. Let's try it. I'm only gonna go 15 because I don't want the swirl to be too overpowering. Let's do a Herald purple. Simple doesn't mean I can't have some fun, right? That's a purple. I like this purple better. And just a splash of fragrance oil. Hopefully it won't. Ah, I forgot it's going to rice on me a little bit. Another quick blast. Try to smooth some of that out. All right, let's see if I can get it to break through. Yeah. I like it. I think it's going to be pretty. I'm going to just take a glass rod and just a quick swirl. So next, I think what I'm going to do is not fragrance these two just because of the ricing situation. So I'm just going to go ahead and pour off this amount. And then I have my new TD. I didn't process it down super well. I just put it in some oil. So I'm going to get some TD in here and take my stick blender to it. Let me get some of this off. I'm not seeing really a whole lot of difference there. All right, fragrance oil. Oops. Oh, my hands are getting wet. Okay. Oops. Gosh. I'm sweating. It's hot in here. All right. It may rice a little bit, but it's not like speeding up and accelerating super fast. That's nice. I'm gonna take a spoon and see if I can texture this at all. I prefer a bit of a texture on the bottom of my soaps when I do a layer like this. It sometimes goes away when you pour the soap in, especially because it's kind of loose. And in the pot swirl, so I'm just going to dump and go. I'm not saving any for the top. That wasn't a very good test of that TD since I did not do any sort of blending of it properly. Golly, I'm hot. Take another shower today. Just a quick one time around, and let's get her in here. I'm going to try to go over my spatula. I'm usually not strong enough to do this. I was going to do a mica drizzle, but there's so much color on top that I don't think it needs it. If it was mostly white, I was going to do a mica drizzle. I'm going to call it, guys. Whew. I'm like literally sweating. All right. Second one is down for the day. All right, last soap of the night to cut. I'm gonna start with the smaller piece here. This is my lavender. And basically I'm doing not quite 2 inches. I think I've shared this with you guys by now. My ruler definitely needs a washing from all the soap I've been cutting. So I'm going about a little over 1 3/4 inch. It maybe could go a little bit smaller, but I just think that's actually a really good feel. 1 3/4 for a mini bar. That's what this is becoming, a mini bar. It's actually a little more than 1 3/4. I think I said that. I can't remember. Not quite 2 inches. So I get 3 of those at not quite 2 inches. And then I get 2 more that is closer to the 2-inch mark. Because that is right at 4 inches there left over. So I don't have to be too exact, but those are my mini bars that I have. Those over here, and let's get the main bars cut. I can't remember what I did on this. It looks like it's pretty busy. I do remember that I did a 2-tone bottom, so I'm anxious to see what that looks like. You know what? It is kind of busy, but it has this marble look to it. That's pretty neat. It's very marbly. Is this in the pot swirl that I tried with less color? It doesn't look like less color if that's what I did. It doesn't look like that at all. Ooh, this is a pretty top. That's a pretty top too. I do like the 2-tone on the bottom. I think that's kind of cool. I don't think I've ever done that before. And this is very marble. That's kind of neat. I like it. What do you guys think? I got a little hole there. That's okay. Those don't bother me. I like these 4. So I'm going to have that as my top, my one picture, and they're still very marbly. So I like those. Those are winners. All right, I'm going to put this away. I usually clean this when I go back to use it again. I'm going to let all that soap kind of dry and harden up. It's so much easier to clean this when it is like that. So in another week or 2, this will be easier to clean. And then, even though it's a little bit early, I am going to go ahead and clean up my lavender soaps. Just get the edges all cleaned up. It's going to gum up my peeler just a little bit because they're not as dry as I normally like to have them when I do this. But as I said in my other video, I need my space. I need my trays. I need my, oops, I didn't mean to do that. I need all of this to be done so I can focus on my next soaps. So last weekend, or last week, I should say, not even last weekend. This is Thursday. So a week ago, I was on vacation that week, and I made 5 soaps on one day and 5 soaps on another day. And I think I'm going to do that again. I'm going to be making 5 soaps minimum this weekend. And I utilize all of my molds, and that way I'm getting ready for my fall season. I'm getting ready for my big festival, a huge festival I go to every year, and I really want to have a lot of soaps for that festival. I am also working on wax melts currently, and I changed the way I'm doing my wax melts, and it's working out much better. It's taking a long time. Wax melts, guys, they take me forever. The small little shapes is much more time consuming than just the clamshells. There is a chance I go back to the clamshells for that reason, but also the clamshells don't sell quite as well. People like the fun shapes that draws people into my booth, but they are a lot more time consuming, a lot more mentally and physically draining. So I'm trying something different where I'm making 20 or 30 bags of any scent that I think sells really well. Wax melts don't go bad. So they'll stay good for a couple years, and they won't lose their scent like soap will. Same thing with candles. I mean, candles can sit on a shelf for years and it still be fine. So I'm just really focusing on doing as many wax melts as I can of any one particular scent and calling it done for the year. But that means I worked on them all weekend, last weekend. Now, honestly, Saturday's kind of a wash because we're so busy on the weekends with family stuff, but what was I going to say? Oh, I ended up doing 4 cents. That's all I did. All 2 days of work. I only did 4 cents. I do spend a little extra time getting these pretty for the pictures. There. Okay, this is on my shelf. I mean, it's on my website. It's probably been 2 months since I made it. And I think it looks so cool. I'm trying to remember if I did it in the pot swirl. It kind of looks like I did an in the pot swirl. I did. I did because whenever I do a layer here, that's the only way I know to get swirls on the top is to do it in the pot swirl. I guess you could do a drop swirl, but I'm getting hoarse, sorry. But I will say this has really grown on me. At first I was like, it's different. Look at this. Look at that, guys. That marble look is so cool. I have never gotten this from an in the pot swirl. I will have to go watch the video again to see how thick my batter was, but that's a really cool, very marbled effect in the pot swirl. I like that a lot. I also really like that I did a 2-tone on the bottom. I've never done that before on one of these types of layer soaps, and I think that looks so neat. It just adds so much to the design of the soap. So I don't know, I just really, really like it. I'm so pleased with this. It's a lavender soap, so there's not much to talk about there. It's a very good scent. It's perfectly strong. I would think that a lavender could be easily overwhelming to your senses. This isn't. It's very pleasant. It's bordering on too strong for me. It's not too strong, but it's kind of like, it's like towing the line. All right, so there you go. I hope you guys liked watching the making of lavender soap. Let me know down below what you think of the beautiful marble effect that we achieved today. I'm glad you hung out with me. That was so much fun, wasn't it? Let me know. Let me know if you had as much fun as I had. I'm so stupid sometimes. I don't know. I'm sorry, guys. All right, I'm off here. Thumbs up if you liked it. Thumbs down if you didn't. Comment and subscribe. And let's hang out again next week. Bye, guys.